In 1985, Muscle Car Review, which was a highly respected magazine, came out with what was somewhat controversial list of the 50 fastest muscle cars ever produced. I'm going to use that list today. We're going to go through just the Fords. I'll give you their rank as far as Fords go and their rank overall. Let's get right to it. The number 8 spot is held by the 1971 Ford Mustang Mach 1, powered by a 370 horsepower 429 Cobra jet, coupled with a C6 automatic and a 350 rear gear axle. In February of 1971, Superstock magazine was able to jump this pony into the 8th spot on our list and the 48th spot overall, squeezing out a 13.99 in the quarter mile at 100.22 miles per hour. At number 7, the 1969 Mercury Cougar Eliminator. Its powerhouse, the 428 Cobra jet, putting out an underrated 335 horsepower, made it to a C6 automatic and 3.50 gears. In September of 1969, Superstock magazine propelled this cat to a 3.91 at 103 miles per hour, making it 41st overall.
At the sign of the cat.
Number 6, 1969 Ford Mustang Mach 1, 335 horsepower 428 Cobra jet, C6 automatic, 3.50 rear gear axle. In March of 1969, Car Life magazine ripped off a 13.90 at 103.32 miles per hour, placing the Mach 1 solidly into the 37th position overall. At number 5 on our list, the 1969 Shelby GT500, powered by the 335 horsepower 428 Cobra jet, made it to a top loader 4-speed with a 391 rear axle. In September of 1969, Superstock magazine rocketed the Shelby-inspired Snake through the quarter mile in only 13.87 seconds at a speed of 104.52 miles per hour, placing it 33rd overall. In the number 4 spot, we find the first and only small block on our list, a 1971 Boss 351 Mustang. The 330 horsepower high-revving mill was mated to a top-loader 4-speed and a 3.91 rear axle. In January of 1971, Motor Trend magazine pushed this car through the quarter mile at 13.98 seconds at 104 miles per hour. That time proved good enough to push the Boss to the 28th position overall. In the number 3 position, we find the 1970 Ford Torino Cobra, powered by a 375 horsepower 429 Super Cobra jet, matched to a C6 automatic and a 3.91 rear gear. In March of 1970, Superstock magazine blasted the big Torino through the quarter mile in only 13.63 seconds at a speed of 105.9 miles per hour. This time placed the Torino Cobra in the 16th slot overall. The number 2 position is held by the only hemispherical head motor from Ford, the 1969 Boss 429 Mustang. The 375 horsepower Boss was equipped with a top-loader 4-speed and a 3.91 rear axle. And in September of 1969, High Performance Cars magazines was able to push the Boss through the quarter mile at a 13.6 flat at a speed of 106 miles per hour, making the Boss 429 number 14 overall.
There's a lot of designing, testing, and trial runs behind every new innovation or new performance record. How do I know? My name's Carroll Shelby, and performance is my business.
And Carroll Shelby did know his business. In the number 1 position, we find the 1966 Cobra 427. Equipped with a 425 horsepower, 427 cubic inch engine, was mated to a 4-speed and a 3.54 rear gear axle. In November of 1965, Car and Driver magazine blasted this little Cobra through the quarter mile in 12.2 flat at a speed of 118 miles per hour, making the Shelby Cobra number 1 in our list and number 1 overall by over 0.6 of a second. So that's the 50 fastest list from Muscle Car Review. There's going to be a few of you out there that are going to mention cars that were brought up that were prototypes, the 427 Fairlanes, the Thunderbolt. The 428 Mustangs, 68.5s, they were not included in the list due to limited production. So if you see times in other magazines that may be somewhat faster for cars that aren't included in this list, consider a lot of the magazines competed back then. They tried to sell magazines. That's what they were doing. So they would throw things like slicks on cars. They would run open headers. They would get prototype cars and run times on those and put those on the cover in order to sell magazines. This is a pretty extensive list. A lot of research went into it. But I'm more than happy to hear if you see a time from a magazine that wasn't included, such as Playboy or Sports Illustrated, something like that. Let me know down in the comments. Okay? Thanks for watching. Till next time. We'll see you.